Hello friends, thank you for joining us for this week's cooking challenge. My name is Tanya and I am going to help you. We are going to together make some raisin and oat balls. So for this first week, we wanted to make sure we chose something that was simple to make that wouldn't require too many ingredients. There's also many ways to adapt the recipe if you don't have the ingredients that I mentioned. But I am going to make the simple version, the healthier version, but then at home feel free to add honey or put in peanut butter or anything else like that that you would like. Usually at English for Fun, we try to be very cautious with nut allergies, so we don't generally use nuts in our ingredients, but obviously at home, feel free to use whatever you have on hand. Before we get started, let's review all of the ingredients that we're going to need and make sure you put everything together so that you don't have to stop and go and look in your pantry for new things. So as you can see, we have the measuring cups, we have a big bowl with a spoon, we have the applesauce, the oats, some dried fruits, and a little bit of salt and a little bit of cinnamon. If you've got everything together, you are ready to go. If you can't find all of these ingredients, check the description in the video for alternatives that you can use. I actually did not have applesauce and I had to make it. I'm including a short recipe on how to make applesauce at home if you do have apples but no applesauce. So let's get started. This recipe calls for oats. Here they are. We've got our oats right here. Now I brought some cups for measuring so that we can measure it together. But the first thing we should do is look at these oats. Touch them with your hands. Oh, they feel really awesome. This actually would be a really nice thing to just put in a tray and just let your hands go in and out to feel relaxed. Should we taste them? What do you think? Let's give them a taste. I'm gonna smell them. What do they smell like to you? I can't really smell anything. What about the taste? Let's see if this tastes like anything. Yeah, it's not bad. A little plain, doesn't really have a lot of flavor. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like it, yes or no? Say, yes, I like it. No, I don't like it. Okay, perfect, let's keep going. So we're going to measure the oats. We need 2 cups of oats for this recipe. So this is 1 cup of oat. That means that we need to fill this up 2 times. Let's get started. Let's pour them in. Pour. Excellent, that looks about right. 1 cup of oat. And we're gonna put it in a big glass bowl. 1 cup of oats. And now the second cup. Second cup, 2 cups of oat. Awesome. And what we're not going to use, we're going to put out of the way. Excellent. Now we are going to add the cinnamon. Oh my goodness, I love using cinnamon. It smells amazing and it makes everything better. And a little secret, in my opinion, there's never too much cinnamon. Let's put it in here. Let's see. Here is the cinnamon. What color is the cinnamon? Brown. Sometimes people see cinnamon and they think, chocolate, and then they smell it and it smells amazing and they think, chocolate, but no, it's cinnamon. I'm not gonna say it's better than chocolate, but it's up there and was one of my favorite things. So after you give the cinnamon a good smell, enjoy that. Let's give it a taste. Let's see what it tastes like. Let's put a little bit on our fingers, not too much. Yeah, that was not pleasant. That wasn't very good at all. Surprising. Cinnamon is a spice, which means that it has a very strong smell, which makes a little bit in a dish taste amazing, but too much is not great. It doesn't have a fantastic flavor on its own. So the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I actually don't have my teaspoon with me, and as I mentioned, I think there's never too much cinnamon, so I'm gonna quite liberally just pour this whole thing into the bowl. Boomba. There we go. Boomba. We give it a shake, shake. Make sure all of the cinnamon got into the bowl. If there's any still stuck, you can give it a tap. Perfect. The plate is empty. All of the cinnamon has gone inside. Let's keep working. The next thing we're gonna add is a little bit of salt. So most recipes, even sweet recipes, have salt just to bring out the flavors. In this case, here's the salt. The salt is, what color is it? It's white. Again, it doesn't really smell like anything. Let's feel it between our fingers. Oh, it feels rough in my fingers. It reminds me a little bit of sand maybe. It's very coarse and grainy. Let's give the salt a taste. Oh, that was strong. Usually everybody says, delicious, because they love the way that salt tastes. And they're actually quite right. It tastes pretty awesome, but we only want a tiny bit of salt for our video, for our recipe. So just like this, whatever fits between your fingers, boomba, there you go. Wiggle, 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 make sure it all gets in the bowl. Awesome. Done with the salt. And the next thing we're gonna add are the dried fruits. So dried fruits are anything that you have in the pantry. It can be raisins, cranberries, it can be figs, it can be apricots. I love apricots. I chose to have some apricots. So I was pretty lucky and I happened to have a huge assortment of dried fruits in the pantry. So I am choosing to use, cranberries, which are, can you see them? They are red. These are dried cranberries. They taste amazing. I'm going to be using raisins. And I'm going to be using the dried apricot, which I cut up into little pieces. So why don't you taste whatever it is that you're putting in first? See what you think. I'm going to taste a little bit of the apricot. So it's really sweet and kind of chewy and has such an interesting flavor. I love it. Let's see the raisins. Raisins are fantastic. These are so good. And the cranberries. That is a lot of flavor when you bite into them. So I love dried fruits because they're a great way to make things sweet, because we are not going to add sugar to this recipe. All of the sweet flavor is going to come from our fruits and from our applesauce, which we'll add later. So the recipe, let's check. Always remember to check the recipe. I have mine on my computer in front of me, or if you want, you can print it out and just look at it on paper. So we need 1/4 cup of dried fruits. 1/4 cup. So I'm just gonna add dried fruits in here until I fill it up and put it in the bowl. Let's see, let's start with some cranberries because those were amazing. Let's add some raisins. And last but not least, the apricot. Okay. I'm gonna tap it in here, make sure it's 1/4 cup. Let's put a little bit more. And into the bowl. Tap, 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 make sure it all comes out. It's empty? Awesome, it's all in the bowl. Let's look at what our bowl looks like for the moment. We have, basically we can see the oats, the dried fruits, and a little bit of the cinnamon. We can't really see the salt in here yet. Now that we have all of these things together, we can mix them up. These are all our dry ingredients. Everything that is dry, we're going to mix together before we add our wet ingredients. Okay, so get your big wooden spoon and let's go mix, mix, mix. Mix until 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you're working with somebody at home, this is the time to pass them the bowl and it's their turn. We're gonna mix 2 more times to make sure that it's all nice to nicely mixed together. Mix, mix, mix. Mix until 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try not to do very big, fast movements because although it feels awesome, it makes all the food go woo out the bowl and then we make a big mess and we lose all of the ingredients we were working with. So gently and carefully, but with purpose. Mix, mix, mix. Mix until 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. Can you see how it is all mixed together now? Wonderful. That means that we are ready for the next step, which is adding the applesauce. Applesauce is a little bit tricky to work with because it's not as sticky as honey, but it is way healthier, and I love applesauce. Before we use it, let's smell it. It smells so good, and I'm gonna taste it as well. Let's see, I've got my spoon here. Fantastic. Applesauce is amazing just to eat on its own. Okay, so let's add the applesauce into the bowl. 1, 2, 3. Dump up, shake, shake, shake. It doesn't want to come out. Okay, there's still a lot in the bowl, so I'm gonna use my big wooden spoon to scrape it out and make sure it all goes into the bowl. There we go. What do you think? Is it ready? Did we get it all? Yeah, the bowl is empty. Okay, now we are going to, once again, mix, mix, mix. Mix, mix, mix. Mix until 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we want to mix really well so that the applesauce gets all over all of the oats. We want this to be a little bit sticky and wet. So let's mix again. Again, if you're taking turns with somebody else, now you would pass them the bowl and it's their turn. Mix, mix, mix. Mix until 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and you know what? I think this is as far as we can go with just the spoon. Now we need to put our hands in. So, of course, we washed our hands before starting cooking. So it's absolutely fine if we now decide to put our hands into the bowl to really squeeze it. Oh my goodness, this feels amazing. Can you see what happens when you squeeze the oats? They're not too sticky, but they're starting to get a little bit hard. They remind me kind of like Play-Doh. You pick it up and you squeeze and it keeps the shape. Let's see. Squeeze. Oh, look. The shape of my fingers. The shape of my fingers. Perfect. That means that these oats are pretty much ready for the next part. Let's just pretty much ready. Let's just keep mixing and kind of kneading like if it was bread. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, awesome. I think we're ready. Now, look at my messy hands, but it's okay. When we're all done, we'll wash our hands. There is no problem. We always need to wash our hands before and after cooking. So now, what's awesome about this recipe is that you don't need to cook it. It doesn't need to go into the oven. We're just gonna make little balls and put them in the fridge for an hour, and then they're good to eat. These can actually stay in the fridge for almost up to a week, for 4 days. But I don't think they'll last that long. They're so yummy. So I'm gonna put them in this Tupperware. So let's see, let's get a little bit of oat, and then we're gonna turn it into a ball, kind of like we do with Play-Doh, okay? And we're gonna press tight with our hands. There we go. Maybe roll it a little bit, make sure that it's nice and solid, and another one. And we're just gonna keep going until all of the balls have been made. And then when it's all done, you're gonna put the top on for your Tupperware to make sure that it's airtight. And you take it to the fridge, and in 1 hour we can eat it and enjoy it, and you're gonna love it. It's such a nice, sweet treat when we're all stuck at home. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, don't forget that a big part of cleaning, of cooking is the cleanup after, so you have to be in charge of the cleanup. Okay, make sure you wash everything really well, you clean the table, you clean the floor, and then if you do that, then you are a real chef. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us. I will see you soon for our next recipe next week. Thank you so much. See you soon.